salida, doble cordón. Y ahora sí se prepara para la salida.
Y se lleva la medalla de oro.
Hello, everyone. We're back live from Guatemala City. Gary Mazeroff, Gustavo Farel. We're pleased to inform our viewing audience we have an extra match. So before we embark on the ladies singles, Gustavo, we will have another men's match in the pool play. Thomas Carter, USA, living in Chicago, versus Ugalde from Ecuador, living in Cuenca.
And while we were announcing here, Gary, great to be here, who's going to be playing on the championship court here on center court, that is available to our viewers on Facebook, YouTube, also now on Pan Am Sports, so that is published for those to see what events, what matches will be played later on in the day. We have some exciting matches. We just finished one now, which was very impressive, between Bolivian Carlos Keller and Argentinian Diego Garcia, and the outcome there was for Keller.
3-1. And you called it. You said his experience would take him over the top, which it did, 3-1. Want to welcome Cheryl Quirk, the delegada from Estados Unidos, outside the court, taking a photo. So we're anticipating the start of this second stream match. Our head official, Fabian Torres from Colombia. He lives in Cali.
And we want to really do thank Cheryl for all she does, not just for the U.S. team, but for the IRF and all the countries. She has been fantastic with everyone, and we love her dearly. And of course, Cheryl plays and has an affection for the sport like we all do. So thank you again, Cheryl, and we look forward to seeing you throughout the tournament.
Speaking of playing, upcoming on the IRF schedule of events, we have the Central American Caribbean Games in Dominican Republic this summer. We'll have the World Senior Racquetball Championships in New Mexico in the summer. And we'll have the Pan Am Games and then World Juniors. Here we go, 0-0, Ugalde serving. Short serve. What's your impression of this match, Gustavo?
I commented yesterday when I saw Ugalde play, I was very impressed with his play in doubles. He's got a very fast stroke, snap of the wrist. One of the fastest, I think, of any of the players I've seen and play racquetball. Very impressed. I do not know the style of play. Obviously an advantage to the lefty, I have to say, Carter. I have not watched Carter play previously, so I cannot compare the two. I could certainly say Ugalde has a lot of experience coming into this match.
20 some odd years, played it as junior also. Second serve. Once the score is called, folks, both players have 10 seconds to be in their respective positions. If there's a delay, there's a technical warning. Thereafter, it would be a technical called by the referee, minus a point. Good start for Carter.
Strong player.
Came up short left side. As you said, an advantage to the lefty because we have this 40-foot glass, the vidrio here, left side.
Controlling the tempo of the game early on here.
Yes. So the score has been called. He has 10 seconds to initiate the serve.
Tres sirviendo 0.
Got handcuffed on that return of serve, did he not? And the name or the word in Spanish?
Fue esposado.
Esposado.
A Gary le gustó esa palabra. Cuando le expliqué lo que significaba.
So, showing off his talento, if you will, is Thomas Carter. Went left for an ace, now he goes right for an ace. Meanwhile, is enjoying a lead early on in game 1.
En inglés la palabra handcuff se usa mucho en este juego cuando tenés que hacer un tiro que es fuera de lo normal. Y muchas veces la traducción no suena igual.
Ball live. Ugalde gets on the board. As you said, he's showing his athleticism off. He's been on the world stage a long time, as we said, about 20 years. Good footwork from Carter. Sets up well. And Ugalde ends the rally with that gearbox black drop shot.
It was a drop shot. It wasn't a power shot, and it didn't come off the wall very fast. Carter had no chance at it. Or 2-4.
Ugalde's cut the deficit in half here. It's 2-4. Carter left side. Pinch winner.
That was a splat wraparound left side. No chance of return. That ball is really hard to see coming off the glass. You don't see it until it hits the front wall. And it's too late then.
There's a lot of pace on that ball, and he's very deceptive. He's going to keep Ugalde situated in the middle split second longer, which is to Thomas's advantage. Set up. Oh, that's impressive. Even Thomas gave him a fist bump. Hey, nice shot.
That certainly was.
Once again, our head official, Fabian Torres from Cali, Colombia. 8 countries represented by with our officials this week. Carter, side out and a point. First to 11, win by 2, rally scoring.
7-3.
Crosses body, timeout.
Well called timeout here.
So we're gonna stay put here, folks. Let's review a little history. 34 years, Pan American Racquetball Championships started as the Torneo de las Americas, Tournament of the Americas. First time was
Caracas, Venezuela, 1987.
And here we are in 2023. We blinked our eyes a few times. 34 editions. We've missed 3 years, 2 for COVID and 1 for another reason we won't get into, but that's impressive. International Racquetball Federation, Pan Am Racquetball Confederation, Park. Started in '87. As you said, their first event was the qualifier in Caracas. International Federation 1981, and their first event was a hybrid, 2 events in one. It's the World Games and World Racquetball Championships in
Santa Clara, California. And you and I have known each other since 1990. Blink an eye, like you said. A lot of years, my friend.
I'm smiling, my friend. It's a great friendship, and we work well together, I'm confident. Here we are. Thank you for your amistad. Carter serving. Chicago, Illinois. Ugalde receiving. Cuenca, Ecuador.
Ugalde, 20 years, like you said, he certainly has come to be over the years. He was, he's much calmer now, much more focused. Very nice young man still. Another point for Carter.
That was impressive. He could have taken that ball off the fly, front court, elected to let it go, and rolls the ball out with his backhand from 38 feet.
I was not aware of the power game that Carter is demonstrating, and obviously has.
Wraps the ball around, as does Ugalde. Impressive point here. Nice. Overhead into the front wall low. Ball kicks up high, very difficult to retrieve. Point scored for Carter.
That was a good rally and a good finishing point. That angle of the ball at which he hit it down made it virtually impossible to pick it up off the back wall.
Game point number 1 here in first set. Short. Welcome Roger Fleming, the trainer for the U.S. Courtside now. Nice shot, splat from deep court. So Ugalde holds off game point number 1. Now it's game point number 2 for Carter as a receiver. Ball live right side.
Skipped it in. Game over. Primer set, gana Carter de los Estados Unidos, 11-4. Un error no forzado ahí al final. Tenía el punto para hacer. No lo hizo Ugalde de Ecuador. Vamos a ir a un corte. Regresamos en un minuto.
Señales en vivo y en simultáneo
solo por Panam Sport Channel.
And we're back live. Gary Mazeroff, Gustavo Farel, Adrian Macrino. Courtside here, championship court. Just hopefully watched Thomas Carter control game 1 over Ugalde. Carter representing the USA, Ugalde from Ecuador. So if you're the Ecuador coach, Gustavo, what are you telling Ugalde?
Well, it's a tough one here. We know well that left-handed player Carter is taking advantage of having that advantage on the left side glass. He's played it very well, had several splats on that side. Very impressive power game by Carter. I think Ugalde, what he needs to do is stop making the unforced errors, which we saw him make quite a few, but I think he was putting unnecessary pressure on himself.
Well said.
He is
Bien hecho, and I agree with you. If I were his coach, Senor Cueva, I would say, look, you don't need to change anything. Let's just be more adept with your shots. He skipped in a 12-foot opportunity at game point in game number 1. So just make your shots. You're okay. Carter changed his shirt. He's now wearing the USA white with the blue and red printing. And we'll start game 2. First to 11, win by 2. And our head official, Torres, calls the score.
Quick feet by Ugalde. He can move fast, that's for sure, and he has to get that ball. Good thing it was short.
Carter's very deliberate with his swing, and it's tough to read. That ball came across his body. It was tough to read. Plus, he's so long. Impressive.
I'm impressed.
Point scored right side with that pass, if you will. 1-0 game 2.
Would have expected a pinch shot or a reverse pinch, as I think Ugalde was looking for, and he drove it right back at himself. His back against the right wall. Very impressive. Short serve.
Setup. Wow. Wow.
Ugalde needed that one. That was an incredible get recovery. And he forced an error out of Carter, which we haven't seen many.
Well, Carter hit preceding 2 shots. He had 2 pressing shots and didn't get the result he wanted. He tried too much on that 3rd shot, put it in the floor. Safety hold up, we'll see the call. So, according to Torres, safety hold up, we'll leave it at that. First serve.
It was a good call. And good he didn't swing. Could have caught him on the follow through.
Reverse. A gift for Ugalde off that mishit.
Dos sirviendo uno.
So a lead for Ugalde. Lost the first game. Some loose shots there at the end of that rally, and Thomas cashed in.
Dos sirviendo dos.
En español se dice empate, dos iguales. Thank you, everybody, for viewing in. The International Racquetball Federation channels and
Pan Am Sports. You may go and register and sign in and see all the events that are taking place on Pan Am Sports, of which racquetball will be part of in Santiago 2023.
Mientras, ace serve, Carter. That's short call, second serve. 2 serves in racquetball. Ball must cross that midline, which is called the short line. After it hits the front wall, on its way back, it may contact either side wall. Failure to do that, unless you really make a mistake, is a fault serve. Another point for Carter. So there was a 1-point deficit Now he has a 2-point deficit in his favor, 4-2.
His lead was short-lived, Ugalde's lead, that is.
Early in game 2, the story has been Carter has been in control. Patience there. Exchange of ceiling balls. Good clear. Ball live. Wow. Ugalde wins that rally after being forced to do some, what I call, circular wind sprints. He hit a rally-ending shot into the left corner. Has a serve, and he has earned a point. We'll have an official time to make sure we have a safe and fair environment on there. Your thoughts on that rally, Gustavo?
Well, I think what I'm seeing here, and both players obviously are in very good shape, but Ugalde, I think he's in tip-top shape. I don't think he will tire. Not so sure about Carter. I know that these referee timeouts can be used to recover a little bit, and of course that's not what they're for, but because of the advent of keeping the game safe, they have to be had.
If I read you correctly, if Carter's going to be successful in this match, he needs to close it out in 3 or 4 sets, and if not, Ugalde will have the ventaja.
And I felt the same last game with Keller. I thought Keller, of course, in good shape, but not as good a shape as what I think, and age as well, as Garcia.
Point scored. Empate. 4-4, game 2.
Equipment timeouts or the safety timeouts can be used to regain strength. Change momentum.
So second lead for Ugalde in this game. It was 2-1, then it was 2-4, now it's 5-4. Ebb and flow, ida y vuelta. Mistake by Ugalde on that third shot of that rally.
And he's going right at his strength there in the, even though the glass could play a big part, but he's going right at Carter's strength into that left corner and has been successful with it.
Yes, sir. Should be a screen. Pantalla, fault serve. 3 elements required for the referee to professionally call that, which we will review when we have the opportunity, Gustavo. Another error. So Thomas has regained the lead.
Screen serve, as Gary said, you need to be in position to receive the ball. You can't be going in the wrong direction when the ball is served. It has to come close to the body of the serving player, and the view has to be obstructed of the receiving player. Those are the 3 components.
Thank you. Point scored. Carter.
7-5, sirviendo Carter de Estados Unidos.
What a great serve. So that was a wet ball honored by the official. Wet ball constitutes a court hinder. It's a replay. If it were second serve, because the rally did not begin, it would still be second serve. In this case, it's first serve, so no change, first serve.
And that's a hard one to understand for everyone. I think our referees understand it well.
That's why they're pros and they're paid well for their services.
But the average at-home player probably doesn't know that you do not revert back to the first serve in a case like that.
That's a short serve fault. Second serve.
And you also can't go into the kitchen like you can't go into the kitchen in pickleball. The kitchen being here between the hashed lines and the short line.
Error no forzado by Carter. That's a regalo. That's a gift for Ugalde. He earns a serve and a point. 6 serving 7, game 2. That's a great serve. Forces a ceiling return by Carter. But with his patience, it paid off.
Nice touch. Definitely let up on it. Knocked it into the corner. Now,
he's honoring it. So
however, shouldn't be opening the door without the permission of the referee. I didn't see if the referee gave.
Yes, he honored it. Okay. He being Torres, the head official. Okay. You're blocked out. Safe and fair play, number one concern on the court. Wide angle.
Court's all wet again, I'm sure.
Might be time for both players to change their shirt. They're mandated to have enough shirts, shorts, rackets, eyewear required for play. And if they don't, it's their fault. That's where a coaching concern comes. Speaking of coaching, it's time out on the court. We'll stay here. Stay here. Speaking of coaching, the U.S. does not have a formal coach, although now we see about four informal coaches back here, maybe 5 if you add Erica's father, Victor.
You mean the long-lost hiker of the volcanoes here in
Volcano
Guatemala?
hiker Victor Mania from the Denver area, Colorado. Hello to Nancy. We're confident she's watching. And Erica will be playing 2 more matches on the show court. Next up on this show court, women's singles, Delgado from Dominicana and Perron from Canada. Then followed by Erica Mania, USA, and Montse Mejia, Mexico. That'll be a dandy.
Yes.
And speaking of dandies, then we'll have Yasmin Sabja from Bolivia versus hometown favorite Gabriela Martinez, Guatemala City. What a lineup today, Gustavo.
Yes, every game we'll be televising. Outcome is uncertain.
This is the round robin, which we'll go through tomorrow. And then Wednesday we start the Sembrada. Usually it's an elimination, but it won't be because we have to determine for the Pan Am's 24 spots in singles, and I believe 12 spots in doubles. Here we go.
9-6. Sirviendo Carter. Siete sirviendo 9. Ugalde, Ecuador.
No. Okay, late call, accurate call, short. I like the comportment of Carter. I've seen Ugalde play multiple times, and he's really changed his comportment in a good way. And Carter I've seen twice. Doesn't have a lot of history on the international stage, but he's certainly earned the opportunity. He has an incredible skill set.
Very much so. I as well, as I said, I've not seen Carter play many matches here on the national stage.
And he closes game 2 out. He leads 2 games to 0. And we'll take a short break and be back.
Vamos a un corte.
Welcome back, everyone. Gary Mazeroff, Gustavo Farel. We're here at Court Central in Guatemala City for the 34th edition of the Pan Am Racquetball Championships. Watching Thomas Carter from the U.S. Soon to enter the court will be Ugalde from Ecuador. Impressive show of talent here by Carter in games 1 and 2, Gustavo.
I'm impressed. Hadn't seen this young man play before. Very, very powerful, savvy, just all around good serves, court presence.
Wide angle, ball live. Oh, that was impressive. So, wasn't what the coaching staff ordered for Topo, as Ugalde endearingly goes by. Impressive point by Carter.
Very impressive, down, ending it with a backhand down the right side line, knowing that Ugalde had a long way to go to get to that.
That was a good serve. Legal. Point.
I agree with the call.
Ace, irretrievable. 2-0. Tercer set, third set, 2-0 in favor of Carter, trying to close this out. I believe he's undefeated thus far in his round, also in his group. Another ace, this time right side.
Died in the corner. 3 sirviendo 0.
Here's a case where Ugalde just couldn't get to those last 2 serves. He needs to get in and then do what Thomas is doing to him. Just hit irretrievable serves. It's the only way he's going to get back in this game. Or this match, I should say. Meanwhile, Ugalde's yet to score in game 3.
You don't want to set up Carter to hit that side wall, front wall splat on the left side.
Impressive. Right side drive serve across his body, difficult to pick up. Not many players would have picked that up anyway. Ugalde did, but sets Carter up for the rally ending shot, kill shot across his body.
Nice get by Ugalde.
Okay, that's what he needs. Now he needs to punish his serves like Thomas has been doing to him.
One of the few unforced errors we've seen Carter make.
Great defensive shot by Carter. Enticed Ugalde to shoot it, and he put it in the floor. Mucha presión on Ugalde.
Vamos a un tiempo. Corte, por favor.
Back in vivo, Gary, Gustavo, Adrian. Court Central, Guatemala City, 34th edition. Pan Am Racquetball Championships started as the Tournament of the Americas, Torneo de las Americas, 1987 in la capital, Venezuela, Caracas. Thomas Carter putting on a clinic. Handily won games 1 and 2. Has a comfortable lead in game number 3, 6 serving 1.
6-1 sirviendo Carter de Estados Unidos.
Tiempo vacío de Ugalde. Empty timeout.
Parece que tiene el juego en mano acá Carter. Vamos a ver Si puede responder Ugalde.
Reverse, great serve. We call that in New Mexico a splash.
We call that a splat pass in El Paso.
Well, we're more efficient, my friend. Splash. Another point.
We'd like to say hello to Jen Myers, 5th period ELA class in Colorado.
And hello, Jen.
We
Tom
miss you,
Kane
Jen.
and Ken Goldstein say hello. Meanwhile, 9 serving 1 in favor of Carter. Second serve. Nobody home right side. So Gustavo will make the assumption that Carter is going to close this one out. Ugalde really has had no answers.
None today. I am impressed with Carter's play. All 3 games, continuing to put the pressure on Ugalde the entire match.
Ball live. Not anymore. Whoa,
And
be
there
careful,
it
my
is.
friend. Thomas Carter, USA, 3 games to 0 over Topo Ugalde, Ecuador. Impresionante, señor.
Muy bien hecho por parte de Carter, Estados Unidos. Como dijimos, todavía no ha perdido ningún juego él en este torneo. Tercer día acá en los Panamericanos de la ciudad de Guatemala. Próximamente, ahora sí, va a venir el juego a las 11:30 ya pasadas, de Danieli Delgado, dominicana, con la señorita Julie Parent de Canadá. Vamos a dejarlos por momento y regresamos en unos 10 minutos.
Sí. Merci beaucoup, mi amigo.
Pan Sport celebra que ya quedan 200 días para Santiago 2023 con un espectacular concurso.
Hola, soy Marilady Paulino de la República Dominicana, doble medallista olímpica y doble medallista mundial.
Podrás ganar 3 gorras oficiales de Pan Sport y la camiseta autografiada de Marilady Paulino.
Pan Sport estará sorteando esta blusa de correr, que fue la que yo corrí en el Mundial de Obregón. Espero que tengan suerte y la descripción está abajo.
Ingresa a nuestro Instagram. En el post etiqueta a tus 3 mejores amigos y ya estarás participando. Sorteo, lunes 3 de abril.